innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas at Danny Meno Toyota and get financing as low as 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Tacomas, Highlanders, Corollas, and Priuses. That's 5.49 financing for 5 full years. The next best thing to a new Toyota is a certified pre-owned Toyota, and we have them. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Danny Meno Toyota or DannyMenoToyota.com. Where will you find the Black Hills' best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs? Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet. That's where. Shop GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Plus, used Chevys and GM certified pre-owned. Many are late model local trades. Shop over 300 used vehicles and buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. And we're paying top dollar for all trades. See us at Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet or DannyEmanuelRapidChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket, out to 3, Jay Hayes, good! And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Signature wings, world-class burgers, and the best steak in Rapid City. All that plus a perfect spot to watch the game found right here in Rapid City at Shooters. From its full and complete menu and its one-of-a-kind dessert menu, Shooters has everything you want. Also looking for a little value in your meal? Order online or by the Shooters app and use the promo code LiveTicket to receive 20% off your order. Again, that's LiveTicket for 20% off at Shooters in Rapid City.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Out here.
Tom Anderson back with you. More Rapid City Central volleyball here at the Rapid City Volleyball Invitational. Cobblers JV team up here next. They will be taking on the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. The Cobbler JVs won their opener 26-24. Oh, get over on the right side. 25-16, 25-21 over Custer. They defeated Douglas 26-24, 25-21. So 2-0. St. Thomas More also 2-0. St. Thomas More in the blue, Rapid City Central in the red. That is out on the kill attempt. So the Cobblers, off the hitting error, take the 1-0 lead. 26, we believe this is Deja Dudley. There's not a 26 on the roster, but there's a 21 that we couldn't account for. Set the starters here in a moment. They kind of snuck up on us as far as getting the game or the set going. Caitlin Strain, the libero for St. Thomas More. Caitlin Birdwell, Michaela Miller, Mara Wilkening, Lauren Popple, Ellen Schleiferth, the starters for St. Thomas More. And the Cobblers will run with Kaylin Duquette. Had a very outstanding tournament so far. Isabel Rickert, number 10. 13 is J.C. Rubelt. 19 is Natalie May. She's the libero. Deja Dudley, 26-22, Angel Kinney. Bailey Beard Tripp will rotate in. She will be serving. The Cobblers lead at 2-1. Serve handled by Strain. They'll set it left side, and on the block, the Cobblers deny. Popple with the kill attempt, and they go up 3-1. The first time we've seen the Cobblers on this side of the court. The set, the hit, and that is too far out for Schleiferth. They had scoreboard problems earlier, and it doesn't look like that's working any better. There we go, 4-1 now. Cobblers on the serve, Strain. One hit over, Cobblers return it. Kinney in the net, and it will be St. Thomas More with the point, 4-2. Cobblers with the lead, St. Thomas More with the serve. Schleiferth will do the honors, a 5'8" freshman. And gets the ace as there's a little confusion between Bailey Beard Tripp and the libero, Natalie May. Pulls the Cavaliers to within 1. Schleiferth serves from the center, flat-footed. May on the one-timer, and St. Thomas More can't handle it. They don't play it. And it will be Cobblers with the deuce lead, 5-3. And on the serve, J.C. Rubel. She's also had an outstanding tournament, especially at the net, but serving she's done well also. Drills this one deep. Back set. And cannot handle the kill by Michaela Miller. Rubelt knocks it out of bounds, and St. Thomas More will have the serve trailing 5-4. Gabrielle Nelson will rotate in and serve for the Cavaliers as Miller sits down. Nelson, a 5'1" freshman. Set, the kill, and there is Kaylin Duquette. Long at the net, the long arms, and the good set results in the Cobblers picking up their 6th point of the first set. They lead it by 2, 6-4. Brooke Stapert into the Cobbler lineup along with Braylon Vliestra. Left-handed server, serves from the right side. Been very effective in the first 2 matches. Strain handles the serve, back set, free ball over. Cobblers will set up front. Stapert to Duquette, too far off the net. Tricked out as Vliestra with the set. And on the hitting error, St. Thomas More will draw within 1, 6-5, and send Lauren Popple back for the serve. She serves from the middle, flat-footed as well. May up front to Vlistra. Kill is blocked at the net. Free ball over. Cavaliers will set. Right side, and the block goes out of bounds as Wilkening on the attack from the left side evens things up 6 apiece. Both these JV teams have had a good tournament, both 2-0. Leicester again sets up, and that one is just inside the line as Rickert nails it home. She has had a lot of varsity time, so she's doing double duty here between the JV and the varsity. And Rickert serving with the Cobblers, 7-6 lead. The set, left side. May collides in the back court, push it over. That is Parker, we believe. There's not an 18 on the roster either, but there is a 17 that we have not seen. So 18, we believe, is Parker. And the Cobblers go up by a deuce, 8-6. First set of the third match of the day. Short serve, saved up by Strain. Knock it over. The Cobblers will set with Vlistra. Oh, and there's a hammer again from Ducat. Gets the long arms up, loads them up, and hammers the nail in the board. 8-7, Cobblers with the... Well, it's going to go to STM. Ducat apparently in the net. And STM with Strain on the serve. Got to pay attention to the officials. Strain, left-handed. Libero to libero. There's Duke at that time. No doubter. Went sailing out of bounds, but it was touched by Popple. Too hot to handle. There, Duke gets the kill. She will rotate out. Cobblers up 9-7. Cadence Myers in the Cobbler lineup, in the back line, along with Vlistra and May. One-time return, the block at the net, unsuccessful as Parker comes up with the kill for the Cobblers. And Rapid City Central up by 3, 10-7. Served by May, goes to the back row. Set it from left side to the right side. And the Cobbler hitting error into the net as Rubelt tried to knock it over. It'll be St. Thomas More with Caitlin Birdwell, 5'7" freshman serving. And the Cavaliers trailing the Cobblers 10-8. Now we'll go back line to Myers. Gleestra sets up right side off the antenna and out of bounds. Antenna not in play as Stapert couldn't get it inside the pin. And the Cavaliers to within a point now, 10-9, as Birdwell steps up for her second serve. Sends it deep. Myers handles it. Gleestra up front, and the kill by Rubelt. Middle back. Too hot to handle there. Stevens JVs have started on court 3. Brookings and Lee Deadwood on court 4 with the JVs. And Custer and Douglas JVs getting ready to start up on court 1. At the net, the joust is won by Parker and Rubelt, both there for Rapid City Central, and the Cobblers up by 3, 12-9. Deja Dudley set to serve for the Cobblers. Sends it deep to Strain. Middle set. One-time return by the Cobblers. Strain up front. Cobblers will set off the return. Parker, deep corner is good. So Persea Parker had a good net game in the last match. Didn't really do a whole lot offensively. Gets the kill there. Cobblers lead it by 4, 13-9 as they figure out which volleyball to use. They make the choice. Dudley steps up. She's had a good day of serving as well, and gets the ace there as Caitlin Strain need to take another step up. And the Cobblers up by 5, 14-9. Dudley steps into it, sends it back at Strain, who handles it this time. Middle set. Go to the left side off the net. Dudley keeps it alive. Back row, May Parker pushes it over. Strain will bump. Back set. Cobblers block it. Stays in play. Parker taps it over the blockers. Played by Cavaliers. Strain. And that will go out of bounds as Wilkening tried to knock it cross court. And the Cobblers lead it by 7, 15-9. Timeout on the court. We'll be back with more Cobbler Volleyball from the Rapid City Volleyball Invitational on liveticket.tv and gocobblerslive.com.
Learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
This is
with you at the Monument, the Summit Arena, Rapid City Volleyball Invitational as we wrap the first day up. We'll be back here tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock. We'll have the seating done for the brackets based on today's pool play. And the tap over successful for Ella Schleiferth. Well, now it wasn't successful, which no, it was not. So apparently into the net. Schleiferth looking for a little bit of an explanation from the coach. And Dudley with the serve. Backs up Strain. The set left side, and the kill is in. That is Michaela Miller picking up the 10th point for St. Thomas More. 16-10, the Cobblers up by 6. Maya Eggleston rotates out for St. Thomas More. Back in the game is Wilkening. Wilkening steps all the way back, steps forward, flat-footed serve with the right hand. Dudley back set. Parker pushes it over, now rushes over to the left side. They have their front reset. Myers to Dudley, up strong, and with the hammer down is J.C. Rubelt. Cobblers up by 7 now, 17-10. Parker will check out and back into the game. Number 9, Bailey Baird Tripp. She's also had some varsity action, doing double duty along with Isabel Reichert. The serve just goes over the net and is an ace for the Cobblers, 18-10. So for Rapid City Central, Reichert, Kinney, and number 13, J.C. Rubelt, the front line. Strain handles the serve, middle set, tap it over. Cobblers couldn't reverse, and on the point is Michaela Miller for the Cavaliers. 18-11, Rapid City Central leading by 7 as Schleiferth goes back to serve it up. Right-hander, handled by May for a moment. Ball sails out of bounds, and it will be an ace for the Cavaliers. Their draw within 6. For the Cavaliers, well, they snuck another number in on me. Number 20 is not on the roster. Into the net for the Cobblers. And it's a 5-point game. Lauren Popple up front along with Michaela Miller and number 20. We'll see if we can go to their varsity roster and figure out who that might be. At the net, Dudley and the aforementioned number 20 match up, and it is points awarded to St. Thomas More. There's not a number 20 on the varsity roster either. The ball just over the net as Kinney with the over-the-head free ball. The Cobblers lead to 5 now at 19-14. So the mystery player, we may get it solved before the end of the match. The serve, hit backwards. Now number 20 over the net. The set and the kill. That again is Kaylin Duquette. 20-14, the Cobbler lead at 6. As J.C. Rubelt lines it up, sets it up, sends it sailing. Popple played it up front, free ball over by Miller. Cobblers push it just over the net and returned by St. Thomas More. Dudley sets it up, hammer the free ball over by Rickert. One-handed save, and Duquette tries to save it, or knock it over the net rather, knocks it into the net instead, and the Cavaliers will have the serve trailing by 5, 20-15. Gabrielle Nelson will check back in, replacing Miller, and she will go back to serve it up. 15 serving 20, Cavaliers trailing by 5. Handled by the Cobblers, not handled by the Cavaliers, and the Cobblers lead at 21-15. Brooke Stapert will come back into the Cobbler lineup along with Braylon Vliestra. The southpaw server serving with a 6-point lead, 20-15, or 21-15 rather. Serves that one into the net, now 21-16. And we will have Maya Eggleston back in the Cavalier lineup to serve, the 5'4" sophomore. 16 serving 21. Cavaliers with the serve. Vliestra back set. Rickert couldn't get the kill. Cavaliers get the free ball over, set it up again. This one will go as a kill. Another for Kaylin Duquette, who's just been a monster in this tournament today. Every match he's been outstanding. Bailey Beard Tripp will check out. Parker back in. The serve from Rickert. Free ball over, doesn't make it over, and the Cavaliers now trail by 7, 23-16 as the Cobblers try and close out the first set of the match. Both these JV teams undefeated in the tournament thus far. The serve handled in the back row. They'll set it left side, and the attempt on the kill into the net by Wilkening puts the Cobblers at set point now, 24-16. Rickert on the serve, jumps, lets fly. Ball makes it over May, and that is into the net. That will be the set, 25-16, the Cobblers with the victory. We'll take a break, be back with set number 2. More Cobbler volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com.
Matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Ready for set number 2. The Cobblers will send Kenny, Rubelt, Parker, Duquette, Dudley, and I believe that's going to be Rickert out there as we wait to see who Natalie May will replace in that Cobbler lineup. So the Cobblers win the first set 25-16. They also won the first set against Custer by that score, 25-16. They beat Douglas 26-24 in the first set. They closed out both those first matches with identical 25-21 victories over Custer and Douglas. So the Cobbler JVs with 5 straight set wins here in the tournament, while STM drops their first. STM 25-21 over Douglas, 25-19 over Douglas. They swept Custer 25-23 and 25-22. Still waiting for St. Thomas More to take the court as we wind it down. On court number 3, the Stevens JVs lead Belle-Fourche 15-12 in the first set there. The Bobcats and lead Deadwood. Varsity will be getting ready to play. They're out warming up right now. Brookings Bobcats, very impressive team, but they were upended by Kadoka in the first set of their match before winning the next 2 sets. But Kadoka surprised Brookings in the first set, and that might have made their season, taking out a double-A team. For St. Thomas More, they will have Gabrielle Nelson, Mara Wilkening, Ella Schleiferth, Caitlin Strain, Maya Eggleston, and I think that was all of them. Cobblers with the serve. Left side, pop it over. Rickert sets it up front. Big slam. That is Rubelt. Tell you, the Cobblers JVs have some hitters with Rubelt, Duquette, and Rickert out there. And Cobblers take the 1-0 lead. Dudley on the serve for Rapid City Central. Sends it deep. Eggleston with the bump to Birdwell. Tap it over. Diving save by Rickert. And into the net for the Cavaliers, as Eggleston came sliding up from the backcourt trying to keep the ball alive. The Cobblers lead at 2-0. And Deja Dudley, number 26. And we hope that's who it is. Not on the roster. Bump from the back row. Parker able to find the spot behind the front line. And the Cobblers are up 3-0 now, as Dudley stays on the serve. Douglas and Custer on court number 1. Patriots lead that 6-0. Parker's tap at the net was rejected by Birdwell, as St. Thomas More picks up their first point of the set. They trail 3-1, and they will send Birdwell back to do the service. Birdwell, a 5'7" freshman, right-hander, runs up, sends a semi-knuckleball, handled by May. Dudley, Kenny pops it over, back row, set left side, just clears the net. They'll play patty cake at the net. May sets it up front, and there's confusion between Parker and Rubelt as far as who's going to set and who's going to hit. Parker half-heartedly finally reached out for the set. Point goes to the Cavaliers, who trail now 3-2. And the serve from Birdwell goes in the back row, off the net. Dudley plays it. May free ball over. Strain sets it up left side to Miller. Kinney, Dudley. Parker taps it over, finds the spot, and the Cobblers lead it by 2, 4-2. Parker will come out and introduce some service work. Will be number 9, Bailey Beard Tripp. Serves just left of center with the right hand. Set to the left side again, and Miller too strong. Miller wants a fingertip. Not going to get the call. And the Cobblers lead it by 3, 5-2, as Beard Tripp will serve again. Clears the net, back row. Center set, the hit handled by May. Dudley, free ball, isn't going to make it over. Credit Schleiferth with the point for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers trail by a deuce, 5-3. Here in set number 2, the Cobblers winning the first set, 25-16. On the serve will be Wilkening, 5'6" freshman. Puts it over at the right hand. Handled by Rickert. Rickert on the hit. That was going out, but played by the Cavaliers. Knock it over the net one time. Rickert with the kill. That one was a no-doubter right at the ankles of Wilkening. And the Cobblers lead at 3, 6-3. Rubelt on the serve for the Cobblers. Strain. One time over, and then Rickert puts it over the net as Caitlin Birdwell thought she was going to have to play it off the net on her side. And the Cobblers lead it by 4, 7-4. Rubelt moves just left of center. Takes it to the back corner. Front set to Birdwell, who goes left side. Popple finds a soft spot in the Cobbler defense on the tip. Gets the kill. 7-4. Cobbler lead. St. Thomas More with the serve. And they will bring the unknown number 20 in the contest. On the serve is Schleiferth. Goes back row to Beard Tripp. Got the bump, but nobody was home on the left side of the Cobbler offense, and the ace goes to the Cavaliers, who now trail by a deuce, 7-5. There's Schleiferth. Serves it up again and gets a let ace. So back-to-back aces for Ella Schleiferth. And the Cavaliers have cut their deficit to 1. They trail at 7-6. Schleiferth still on the serve for the Cavaliers. May into the Cobbler bench, and we are all tied at 7 apiece. So Ella Schleiferth has found the rhythm for the Cavaliers on the service line. After the Cobblers jumped out to an early lead, we are tied at 7 apiece. Schleiferth comes left side. Rickert to Dudley, back to Rickert with the hammer. Way deep, saved by Birdwell. Can they get the free ball over? No, too hard, too much. But a great effort by the Lady Cavs, 8-7. The Cobblers with the lead, and Bailey Beard Tripp to serve it for Rapid City Central. No, she will hand it over to Braylon Vliestra, who comes in. Kenny sits down, Dudley sits down. Also checking in, Brooke Stapert, and that is going to be a service error for Vliestra. Service specialist, but put that one into the net. And we're tied back at 8 again. Gabrielle Nelson, a 5'1" freshman, back into the rotation for the Cavaliers to do the serving. Serves from the middle part, just touched the net briefly, and on the return, Rickert can't keep it in bounds, and the Cavaliers take their first lead at 9-8. Cavaliers down 1-0 after losing the opener 25-16, trying to even things up. Vliestra sets it, the tap is made. Cavaliers with the free ball over. May will bump it up front. Vliestra sets it to Duquette, who can't get the kill. Push it over one time. Rickert able to get the return for the Cobblers. Come left side. Another save by Rickert. Knocked over by Stapert. Cavaliers will set up again. Number 20 goes back row. A lot of Cobblers on the ground. They're able to recover. May with the bump. Rickert left side into the net. So all that hustle ends up in a hitting error, and the Cavaliers up by 2 now, 10-8. And Nelson will stay on the serve for St. Thomas More. Cavaliers with Birdwell, number 20, and Popple in the front line. Right side, tip it over by Rickert. Cavaliers play it. And May didn't know whether to hit it with the two hands or try and bump it. She ended up hitting it off the backside of the forearms. And St. Thomas More has extended their lead to 3, 11-8, behind the serving of Gabrielle Nelson. Very short serve inside the 10-foot line, but a hammer down by Kaylin Duca. She finally gets untracked here with the kill, brings Cobblers within 2. Parker will check back in. Beard Tripp will sit down, and Rickert will go to the service line for Rapid City Central. On the varsity side of things, she did a great job serving and gets the ace here, just inside the near sideline on the right side. As we sit behind the Cobblers up in the hospitality booth. Rickert, strain, handles the serve, and the back set ends up going out of bounds. Birdwell, I don't know if she's trying to pop it over from the backside or do a back set, but she lost track of where she was, and we are tied at 11 again as Rickert steps up for the serve. Goes to the back corner. Set it. It was Popple. And May can't handle the pass. Cavaliers will lead it by 1, 12-11. Set number 2. Last match of the day for both these teams. Maya Eggleston returns to the Cavalier lineup and steps back to the service line. Leading by 1, Cavaliers, 12-11. Parker gets tied up. May passes it to Parker, pushes it over. Strain with the bump. The push over by Birdwell. Cobblers are there. They play it. Stapert with the push. They go left side, and the block out of bounds. Cavaliers move up by 2, 13-11 off the kill shot by Wilkening. Duca not able to get the block in bounds. And here comes a serve from Eggleston. Handled by May, set by Vlistra. The hit by Parker, handled by Strain. Free ball over by Wilkening. One-time return by May, out of bounds it goes, and the Cobblers draw within 1 at 13-12 in this back-and-forth match. Into the Cobbler lineup, J.C. Rubelt. She will move into the front line along with Stapert and Parker. The serve from May, the libero. Push it over, the dive attempt for the save, and the kill goes to Wilkening. Just a little tap over the net. There's nobody there for the Cobblers. The dive by Rubelt not sufficient. Cavaliers lead it by a deuce, 14-12. Caitlin Strain on the left-handed serve. Myers is checked back in. The Cobblers get it over the net somehow. Pushed by Birdwell. May to Parker, goes deep but out of bounds, and it'll be a 3-point lead now for the Cavaliers. They tie their biggest lead of the set, 15-12. We'll have a timeout on the court with St. Thomas More set to serve when we return with more Cavalier-Cobbler volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Springtime is the best time to buy an SUV from Danny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Choose from late model local trades, Fords, GMCs, Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, Subarus, Chevys, and more. Plus, we have the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned trucks and SUVs. To make it easier on your bank account, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. The used sport utilities you want are here at Danny Menholt Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
And out of the timeout, Strain on the serve for the Cavaliers, and they get the point. They lead it by 4. This is now their biggest lead. of this set, 16-12. Cobblers took the opening set of this match, 25-16. This is the JV match, the varsity to follow. Strain. Parker. Vliestra back to Parker, tips it over at the net. Knocked up, free ball over. Parker with the bump, Vliestra with the set. And the kill is good by Rubelt. She saw the opening on the left side and was able to get it inside the boundary line, 16-13. St. Thomas More with the 3-point lead over on the Raiders side of things. Raiders won the first set, just underway, second set. Dudley back in for the Cobblers. Set sail with the serve, one-time return, and there is Rubel to nail it home. So the Cavaliers overpassed right to Rubelt. No assist for the Cavaliers, but the kill for Rubelt brings the Cobblers to within 2, 16-14. Left side, push it over, Wilkening. Now Dudley will set it up. There's Rubelt again. Good save by Strain into the net, and it will be Cobbler point. They're within one now, 16-15. They do well when Deja Dudley is on the service. Right-handed throws it up, hits it over. Strain has to strain to get there. The bump over by Birdwell one time. Push it to the back row. And that is going to be Cavalier point, 17-15 on a violation. They called a double hit or a lift. It'll be Birdwell serving for St. Thomas More with a 2-point lead, 17-15. May bumps it up front to Dudley. Parker on the attack. Played by the Cavaliers from the back row, but Birdwell couldn't handle it when it got to the front row, and it's a 1-point game again. 17-16, Cobblers trail by 1. They will bring Bailey Beard Tripp back in, along with Isabel Rickert. Beard Tripp with the serve. Birdwell with the set. Push it over. Beard Tripp up front to Dudley. And not a good set as Rubelt just kind of got a hand on it, tried to push it over. Cavalier lead to 2 at 18-16 as Lauren Popple comes back into the front row to join Schleiferth and Miller. Wilkening with the serve, May with the bump, Dudley with the set, left side Ricker with the hammer, and the save by the Cavaliers. Free ball over. Birdwell will set it to Strain, who goes right side, and just out is Popple, just on the other side of the line, and the Cobblers with the serve trailing by 1. They can't get over the hump. Cavaliers and Gobblers going from 1 to 3-point lead for St. Thomas More. The serve, Strain, pops it up. Too far, knocked over by Duquette. St. Thomas More can't handle the return on the lift. We are tied at 18. Jason Rubelt back to serve for Rapid City Central. Sends it hard down the right-hand line. Birdwell up in the air, Strain with the free ball return. Dudley has to hustle after it. There'll be a free ball there by Beard Tripp. Birdwell sets, right side. The block at the net is not successful, and Miller with the kill puts the Cavaliers back up by 1, 19-18. Neither team can get a run going. Number 20 back in the Cavalier lineup as Strain will sit down. Schleiferth on the serve. Rickert off the net, gets the kill. Tied back at 19. Dudley will check out. Kinney will check out. Back into the Cobbler lineup. Stapert and Vliestra. Vliestra, the junior, will set to serve. Tied up at 19. Cobblers lead the match 1-0, 25-16 win in set number 1. Vliestra sends it deep. Up front, Number 20 sends it deep and finds it inside the line. And the Cavaliers go back up by 1, 20-19. Cobbler defense chased after it, but it fell just inside the white stripe here at the Summit Arena. The dark brown floors, the light tan on the out-of-bounds side. Stayed in the dark brown, 20-19. Cavaliers with the lead. May with the bump to Vlistra. The block at the net. Cobblers will try it again, this time to the right side. Rickert sends it to the back row. Left side, push it. May with the bump. Free ball over. Rickert. Be played there by Nelson. Set middle. Number 20 has her kill attempt blocked. That was Ducat, who has been a monster offensively, but she's also been defensively strong at the net. We are tied at 20 as Parker will come back in, and Bailey Beer-Tripp will go to the bench. Rickert on the serve for Rapid City Central. Just grazes the net. One-time return. Rickert from the back row up front. They try to set up the kill. Not successful. The block by Ducat. Back to the Cobblers. Parker, free ball over. One of the Cavaliers, number 28, that's Nelson, got her hand on the ball in the front row, and that threw off the defense in the back row. The Cobblers pick up the point, and they go up by 1. 21-20, timeout on the court as we continue here in the second set. Cobbler volleyball returns on liveticket.tv.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
Tom Anderson back with you at the Monument in the Summit Arena as we wrap up coverage of Rapid City Central today. This is the JV match. It will be followed by the varsity match. Rapid City Stevens and Belle-Fourche JVs are on court number 3. Stevens won the first set, and they lead the second 11-5. Service error by Rickert. We're tied on court number 2 at 21 apiece. Games tomorrow will be determined by seeding coming out of this pool play. So I'll have to check out the brackets after the final matches here tonight. I know what to prepare for tomorrow. We'll bring you Rapid City Central, and that is an ace just inside the line. Rapid City Central varsity volleyball tomorrow. I don't know if the JVs play tomorrow or not. According to the bracket, it is a play down to the championship in each of the 2 brackets. I don't think there's a final championship. That'll be a service error. We're tied again at 22. But we'll cover the Cobblers for as long as they play tomorrow, varsity or junior varsity, on GoCobblersLive.com. The Raiders will be covered by Jared Vasquez on GoRaidersLive.com. The serve at 22 apiece. Myers plays it from the back, wrapped up at the net, and that'll be Cobbler point as number 20 went up, blocked the ball, came down, kind of held it, hit it again, and it took the official just a moment to figure out what just happened. Cobblers lead at 23-22. May on the service, and service error ties it up at 23. We're seeing a few more service errors here in the third match at the end of a long day here at the Monument. And that'll bring Caitlin Strain to the service line for St. Thomas More. 23 apiece. Myers bumps it, and nobody was home. She didn't really get a good bump. The setter spun, the outside hitter moved out, and nobody was there. This is set point now for St. Thomas More. 24-23, Strain on the service, the lefty. Bounces it, spins it, gets up, sends it sailing. May with the bump. Vlistra, short set, and into the net it goes. Vlistra got no height on that set. And St. Thomas More wins the second 25-23. We're back with set number 3 to determine the match. Oh, wait, JV, I forgot. JV, they only play 2 regardless, so it is a split between St. Thomas More and Rapid City Central. We'll be back in a little bit more than a moment for the varsity matchup between the Cavaliers and the Cobblers on GoCobblersLive.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Shop a nice selection of certified pre-owned Toyotas at Danny Meno Toyota and get financing as low as 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on Camrys, RAV4s, Tacomas, Highlanders, Corollas, and Priuses. That's 5.49 financing for 5 full years. The next best thing to a new Toyota is a certified pre-owned Toyota, and we have them. Shop the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned at Danny Meno Toyota or DannyMenoToyota.com. Where will you find the Black Hills' best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs? Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet. That's where. Shop GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Plus, used Chevys and GM certified pre-owned. Many are late model local trades. Shop over 300 used vehicles and buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. And we're paying top dollar for all trades. See us at Danny Emanuel Rapid Chevrolet or DannyEmanuelRapidChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to three, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Signature wings, world-class burgers, and the best steak in Rapid City. All that plus a perfect spot to watch the game found right here in Rapid City at Shooters. From its full and complete menu, its one-of-a-kind dessert menu, Shooters has everything you want. Also looking for a little value in your meal? Order online or by the Shooters app and use the promo code LIVETICKET to receive 20% off your order. Again, that's LIVETICKET for 20% off at Shooters in Rapid City.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Tom Anderson back with you at the Monument Summit Arena. Our last Cobbler match of the first day of the Rapid City Invitational Volleyball Tournament. They will take on the Cavaliers of St. Thomas More. The Cavaliers 1-1 for the varsity. They lost to Douglas, upended after winning the first match 25-7. They lost 24-26 and 23-25. They swept Custer 25-17, 25-22. The Cobbler varsity came in with a record of just 3-6, have won both their matches. They defeated Custer 26-24 in a huge comeback. They were down to set point and rattled off, I think, 10 straight points to come up with that 26-24 win. Then they won the second one a little more handily, 25-12. They swept Douglas 25-18 and 27-25. For the Cavaliers, they will start with Violet Grimshaw, Riley Gilton, Anna Henry, Alexis Shear, Kesley Benda, and Leighton Shear. The libero is number 13, Gretchen Henry for Rapid City Central. They will have Aubriana Harbison, Kaya Strasser, Isabel Rickert, who just played half the time in the JV games. Aubrey Sains is the libero, number 19, Aurora Prudick, who's had a good tournament. Kayla Schartz, also a big tournament, and Leah Landry, who's been a little bit quiet. And they will for St. Thomas More start their libero Gretchen Henry on the bench as they have throughout. And it will be Strasser to take the bench in place of Saints for Rapid City Central under first-year coach Reese New. Michaela Watson also in her first year. Cavaliers came in 9-6. 10-7 now. Cobblers with the serve off Harbison. Leighton Shear with the tap. Cobblers play it. Deep hit. Riley Gilton came up with the hit. Cavaliers couldn't come up with the play, though, and the Cobblers on the board first, 1-0. Harbison will step back. Harbison, probably the best player on the Cobblers last year. The talent level has risen this year. A little more size for Rapid City Central. Prudick bumps it up front to Harbison, tapped over by Sharts. It finds the inbounds line, and the Cavaliers not able to get to it. Cobblers lead at 2-0. Here in the opening moments of the last match of the day for both teams. Set number 1. And Harbison bounces the ball. One of the 3 captains for the Cobblers. Back row handled by Gilton. The running kill is good. It finds the corner. That was Leighton Shear. And on the service will be Alexis Shear, the 5'9" senior. Leighton Shear, 5'10" sophomore. Looks taller than 5'10" out there. Cobblers struggle to handle. Landry finally pushes it over. Leighton Shear back to Alexis Shear on the free ball over. Harbison down the knees. Sharts with a sharp shot. And it goes off the arms of Kesley Benda and out of bounds. The Cobblers lead at 3-1. Raiders varsity getting ready to take on Belfouche on court 3. You can listen to the Raiders match on GoRaidersLive.com. That ball blocked at the net. Goes out of bounds, and St. Thomas More with the point, 3-2. Maya Eggleston, just saw her in the JV game, 5'4" sophomore, into the rotation to do the serving. Right-hander stands deep, runs up, jumps up, sends it flying. Front row, Prudick taps it over. Joust at the net, Cobblers control. Right side, Landry sends it deep. Eggleston with the bump. Comes left side, the push by Gilton. Handled on the backside. Prudick with the big hammer. Good save by Strain, but into the net. It's everything Strain could do to get hand on the ball. Check that, not Strain. Wrong libero. Gretchen Henry, 5'1" senior. Strain was the JV libero. And the Cobblers with a 4-2 lead will serve. It'll be Kayla Sharts, 6' senior. Strasser is into the Cobbler lineup. Sane sits down. Popped up in the back row. The big swing by Riley Gilton. Doesn't clear the net. The Cobblers lead it by 3, 5-2. Sharts done a good job on the service line. A couple of service errors, but for the most part, and there's a service error out of bounds as I say that. For the most part, she has put together some runs for the Cobblers. It will be Leighton Shear stepping back to the service line for St. Thomas More. 5'10" sophomore. Cobblers handle. Harbison can't get it over the net, though. And the Cavaliers within a point. 5-4. As Shear goes back for the serve. Cobblers push it over. And that is Prudick at the net. Tapping it down, and it will be Cavaliers point. Violation. Too much control with the hands. Prudick saves it. Harbison with the free ball over. Eggleston sets it up front. The set handled by Sains, who's checked back into the Cobbler lineup. Prudick, free ball over. Leighton Shear with the bump up front. The attempted kill by Gilton, handled by the Cobblers. Back to the Cavaliers on the set. The block at the net by Strasser. Cavaliers keep it alive. Landry pushes it to the back. Eggleston pushes it up front. Left side, the block at the net. That was Landry and Strasser for the Cobblers. Sains on the back row. Harbison, Prudick will push it. Big save by Gretchen Henry. Attempted kill. Harbison to Prudick on the free ball. Eggleston will bump it up front. The pushover, that was Enna Henry paying attention, saw just out of the back of her head apparently that there was a hole in the Cobbler defense, and the Cavaliers up by 1, 6-5. Serve handled by the Cobblers, and the kill handled by Prudick. Get Bailey Beard Tripp back on my roster for the Cobblers, number 9. And we are tied at 6 apiece. Hannah Lapp has come in. She's had a good tournament on the service side and the setting side. Service successful. Sains handles the kill attempt. Lapp to Prudick. Tip back over. Sains to Lapp to Prudick. A little harder this time. Picked up there by Henry. Come left side with the big hit. Too much out of bounds. Benda. And the point goes to Rapid City Central. 7-6. Cobblers up by 1. Hannah Lapp, the 5'6" senior, steps back. Right hand extended. Sends it middle back row. Middle set. Tap it over. And nobody home for Cobblers on defense. Found the hole in the donut. Got it over the blockers. And we are tied at 7 apiece. Coach Reese New doing a little coaching along the sideline. Riley Gilton, 5'8" senior, will set up for the serve. And too much to handle for Bailey Beard Tripp. Goes out of bounds, and St. Thomas More up by 1 again, 8-7. Gilton finally gets a volleyball with which to serve. She stands middle. Sends it over. Beard Tripp up front. Lapp. Prudick. Cavaliers handle it. They punch it over. They find the hole again. That is Gilton with the running tap. Cobblers back row. Need to have somebody step up in that middle of that donut hole. Cavaliers 2 straight points there. They lead at 9-7. Served by Gilton. Hard center. Push over by Lapp. Cobblers shuffle players around, and the attempted kill goes into the net. That was Alexis Shear. Chloe Shreve has rotated into the Cobbler lineup. Rickert back in. She joins Shreve and Strasser on the front line for the Cobblers. At the service line now, Aurora Prudick. Overpassed, and the Cobblers return it. Cavaliers do a good job of keeping it alive. Lapp to Rickert. Middle push. Shreve with the return. At the net. Attempted kill, and the one-timer from the Cobblers goes right into the waiting arms of Kesley Benda. And the Cavaliers with the point. Oh, now they're discussing. I think they're going to say Benda was over the net when it was still a returnable ball for the Cobblers, maybe. So we are tied at 9 apiece. Prudick goes deep, handled by Henry. Tap it over. Prudick sets it up front. Rickert tries to push it over. Cavaliers keep it alive. Free ball hit. Be handled in the back by Prudick. Lapp sets it up. Rickert has her kill blocked at the net. And then reaching over and finding the open space, Alexis Shear puts St. Thomas More up by 1, 10-9. Anna Henry, the 5'4" junior, to serve it up for the Cavaliers. The right-hander sends it over the net. Lapp sets it up for Rickert. Good save by Gilton on the back row. Roll the ball back for the Cavaliers as they take the point and they lead by 2, 11-9. Henry will step back up to serve again. Sends a low knuckleball. Lapp with the setup to the right side. That is Shreve with the kill. That might be her first truly spike-type kill of the matches here today. Shreve at 6'2", the tallest player for the Cobblers. Not really involved too much in the offense here today. Set. Back row saved by Prudick. Set it for Rickert. Sends it deep. And that is off the outstretched hands of Henry. And then, Gretchen Henry, the libero. It might have been off Anna Henry on the second hit. Here's the serve for the Cobblers. Push over. Schartz back in the lineup. Shreve sends it deep. Saved by Anna Henry. Set up and off the block. Kesley Benda gets the kill for St. Thomas More. Cobblers didn't really have a good block set up, and as it came over, it ricocheted off the outstretched arm and out of bounds. And St. Thomas More back up by 1, 12-11. Kesley Benda, 5'9" sophomore, steps up, sends it over. Handled by Sains to Lapp, and Schartz with the big hammer. And it was out of bounds. 13-11. Couldn't tell, there were too many bodies in the way, so I had to figure out which way they were sending the volleyball to be served. Goes to the Cavaliers, and that'll be in. An ace as Prudick thought maybe she was closer to the back line than she actually was. St. Thomas More with their biggest lead of the contest, 14-11. Set number 1. Cavaliers 1-1 on the day. Cobblers undefeated at 2-0. Prudick goes low to Lapp. Shreve gets the ball over the net. Set, and the Cavaliers had nobody there. They tried to set it from their right side, Alexis Shearer, but the ball was too low for her really to get much on it. And the outside hitter on the left side was set back, ready to come up for a kill, not a save. Cobblers pick up the point. They trail by a deuce, 14-12. The serve by Harbison, that'll be an ace. The back row of the Cavaliers not able to put the ball in play. Harbison brings the Cobblers to within a point at 14-13. Harbison to Gilton, and that's back-to-back aces. Gilton not able to handle that serve. Didn't look like anything really spectacular from Harbison, just got it down around the knees, and Gilton not able to get the arms lined up. Now they're going to reset their defense a little bit. Harbison. Back row again. Benda able to handle it that time. Cobblers with the block at the net. Prudick with the follow-up after the return. And Prudick, check that, not Prudick, that is Landry. Landry with the kill. She has been quiet offensively for Rapid City Central. Expecting big things out of the sophomore, Leah Landry. Harbison to the back row. Free ball over. Played by Sains. Harbison sets it up. Schartz sharply to the back. It finds its way in, and the Cobblers up 15-14, now 16-14. As Aubriana Harbison, the 5'7" senior, on a roll from the service line. Puts it up. Set. The kill attempt by Leighton Shear, handled by the Cobblers. Free ball over by Schartz. All the way to the back row. Back set. Shear pushes it over. The Cobblers are bunched around the center, and Sains not able to make the save. Cobbler lead to 1 now, 16-15. After that nice little service run by Harbison, it will be Alexis Shear on the serve for the Cavaliers. Sains got tied up. Sharts almost got the save back to Sains, but Sains not able to get the ball over the net and keep it in bounds. We're tied at 16 apiece. Alexis Shear, the 5'9" senior, second service. And that will be an ace as that waffling knuckleball kind of dove at the last minute on Rickert, and she couldn't handle it. 17-16, the Cavaliers up by 1 now. The Cobblers put together a nice run, took a 2-point lead, and the Cavaliers have scored the last 3. Rickert able to handle that one to Harbison. Right side Landry at the net. And the Cobblers with the point. Landry with another kill, and Rickert to do the serving for Rapid City Central. Sends it at Leighton Shear. Shear comes up in the front row. Rickert with the one-handed save. Harbison right side, and that is Prudick putting it away. The block goes out of bounds. The Cobblers up by 1, 18-17. Cobblers trying to join Dakota Valley and Brookings in the undefeated ranks. The serve, ace for Rickert, 20-17. Well, they already put the point up. Sometimes I beat the scoreboard when I look up, sometimes I don't. They already have the point up, 19-17. Cobblers with the 2-point lead. Here comes Rickert again. That one at the net. Sharts tips it over. And we have a whistle at the net. As the Cavaliers with the violation. And Rickert steps back. In the first match of the day, she put together a big serving streak. I believe it was in the second set against Custer to help put the game or the set away. Punch it over. Rickert handles it up front to Harbison. Prudick on the attack, punches it over. Henry and Violet Grimshaw finds the cross-court kill. Brings the Cavaliers back to within striking distance at 20-18. That'll bring Maya Eggleston, the sophomore serving specialist, back in the lineup as Grimshaw sits down. Eggleston sends the knuckleball back. That'll be an ace as Sains and Baird Tripp got tripped up as they ran into each other. St. Thomas More within a point. They trail 20-19 as Eggleston gets set. Another strong serve. That had a little more spin on it. Sains handles it to Harbison. Prudick sends it to the back row. The tap over. Heads up play by Leighton Shear. Got the backhand on it. We are tied at 20 apiece. So both teams have made little runs that have put them up by 3-4 points. But then the other team has answered. And here comes Eggleston with her third serve. Oh, waffling knuckleball. Sains handles it. Harbison, free ball over Prudick. Popped up in the air, over the net, and it's out of bounds, but touched by the Cobblers. And St. Thomas More leads at 21-20. As Eggleston on a 3-point run. That is just a wicked little knuckleball, but that one is too far and out of bounds. I mean, you can literally see the wobble on it as it comes over the net. She had a good run, but we were tied at 21 apiece on the service error. Sharts. Handled by Gretchen Henry. Leighton Shear. And the ball hammered into the net as that was Benda trying to make the play from the 10-foot line. And the Cobblers are up a point, 22-21 here in the opening set of the final match for both these teams on the first day of this tournament. Gretchen Henry bumps it up front. Cross court is off the mark by Leighton Shear. And the Cobblers up by a deuce now, 23-21. Timeout on the court. We'll be back with the conclusion of this first set. Cavalier basketball. Almost got through without saying basketball. Volleyball on liveticket.tv.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Well, I've done basketball since 2006. I've only done volleyball for 2 years, so it was bound to happen. Out of the timeout, the Cobblers lead at 23-21, and Sharts on the serve. Clears the net. Shear will push it over. Harbison plays it off the back row. Landry punches it over. Played by Gretchen Henry. They'll set it up front. Leighton Shear out with the running tap. Harbison, Prudick does the same thing. A little running tap. Punched over by Anna Henry, and the Cobblers have the ball fall between them. 23-22. Cobblers had a chance to move to set point, but instead it will be Leighton Shear, the 5'10" sophomore for the Cavaliers, serving it up. 22-23. Sends it back to Prudick, to Harbison. Here comes Prudick. Couldn't get the running start, but got it to go over the net and in front of the defense. A little soft cutter, 24-22. Cobblers at set point now, and they will bring Hannah Lapp back in, along with Shreve, as Landry and Harbison sit down. Lapp. Henry has to go down to her knees to get it. Push it over, and the Cobblers again leave the donut open. And the Cavaliers dunk the ball. 24-23. Cobbler lead at 1 on the service. Riley Gilton will serve from the middle of the back row. Beard trip up front to Lapp. Prudick. Her kill attempt is played. One time over. Sains. Prudick with a big hammer, and that is the set for Rapid City Central. 25-23. She wound up and let fly. We'll be back with set number 2 on liveticket.com.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Tom Anderson back at the Monument in the Summit Arena. Run through the other action going on. Custer leading Douglas in their first set of their varsity matchup, 12-5. Rapid City Stevens up by 3 over Belle Fourche, 20-17 on court 3. And on court 4, should be a good one, Kadoka and Hill City. Hill City losing their first match of the season to Brookings. Kadoka upset Brookings in the first set of their match before Brookings prevailed. Brookings ends the day undefeated along with Dakota Valley. Cobblers trying to join them. Hill City and Kadoka. Should be a good one over there. Back to court 2. And the Cobblers with the block. That is Sharts and Harbison there. And they'll pick up the first point. The Cobblers have not lost a set here this afternoon, defeating Custer 2-0, Douglas 2-0, and they down St. Thomas More by 2 in the first set here, 25-13. Now they're going to talk it over. And they have the thumbs up like it's a jump ball. They're going to replay it. Harbison to Schartz. Schartz with the runner. That's out of bounds. And St. Thomas More on the replay picks up the point. They will send Kesley Benda back to do the serving. Riley Gilton on the floor along with Leighton Shear. They really haven't changed their lineup a whole lot. Serve handled by Prudick. And Rickert just inside the 10-foot line, standing out of bounds, can't get it over the net. St. Thomas More up by 2. Anna Henry also out there along with Alexis Shear and Violet Grimshaw, their starters. The serve handled by Sains overhead, and Schartz, I don't know if she thought the ball was going to be shorter. It looked like it was going to be a little shorter. Prudick might come up and get it. The ball falls in that donut hole again. St. Thomas More out to a quick 3-0 lead. Serve again by Benda. That one is deep. Prudick bumps it up front. Harbison tries to push it over on the second hit. Played by the Cavaliers. Anna Henry bounces it over. Harbison sets it for Schartz, who sharply drills it to the hardwood, and it's a 3-1 game. St. Thomas More with the lead. The Cobblers get on the board. Harbison on the serve. Harbison over the net, back row, middle set. Leighton Shear gets the kill. There's a big hole on the left side deep of the Cobbler defense. Raiders are at set point 24-19 right now. It's a 4-1 lead for the Cavaliers. Alexis Shear runs up, sends it to Harbison. Rickert with the save. Harbison with the free ball over. See if the Cavaliers can make something out of it. Middle set, Leighton Shear. Cobblers play it back over. Set left side. Prudick, Harbison, free ball over. Sains. A couple of good defensive plays to keep the ball alive for Rapid City Central. The kill attempt again by Gilton. Handled by the Cobblers. Free ball over again for Rapid City Central. They can't get their offense on track here. Leighton Shear tries to tap it. Played there by Rickert, who hammers it deep and good. So Rickert found the backside open in that St. Thomas More defense. 4-2 lead for the Cavaliers as Rickert will go back to serve. She is going to be one tired young lady playing in both JV and varsity action. And she gets the ace as Benda need to take another step forward to get to that one. 4-3. Cobblers trail by 1. Rickert takes the jump, sends it back to Benda again. Henry from the back row, free ball over by Leighton Shear. Harbison sets it far side. That is Prudick, and Prudick with the kill. Not a particularly hard shot for Aurora Prudick as far as the speed on it. She got it in the right place at the right time. Got the Cavaliers twisted around and ties it up at 4 apiece. Rickert with the deep serve. Benda up front. Leighton Shear, that is going to be out of bounds. And the Cobblers have their first lead of the second set. They lead the match 1-0. Rickert to Benda in the back row. Set by Anna Henry. Shear bounces it off the chest of Sains, but the Cobblers play it, get it over, keep it alive. Sains goes to the floor to get to the save. Prudick winds up, and the block at the net. That is Leighton Shear coming up with the block for St. Thomas More. Ties it at 5 apiece. Prudick had a pretty good windup on that one. Maya Eggleston will return to the court for St. Thomas More to serve. Tied up at 5 apiece here in set number 2. The run, the jump, that little knuckleball, Sains handles it. Harbison pops it up. There's Prudick, blocked at the net again by Shear. Prudick keeps it alive. The tap over by Landry. She gets beat to the spot by Riley Gilton on the joust, and the Cavaliers take a 1-point lead at 6-5. Eggleston been very effective with that serve. Goes up, nails it into the net. Maybe tried to put a little too much on it. And the Cobblers will have the serve in the hands of Kaylee Schartz, their 6-foot senior. We're tied at 6 apiece. Schartz into the net. Back-to-back service errors. Schartz has been a little inconsistent on the serve. For the most part, she's done well, but she's had at least 3 service errors that I can think of. Sains comes back in. Schartz will sit down. And on the serve, Leighton Shear. Prudick to Harbison, to Prudick, goes up and off the block, out of bounds. That should be Cobbler point. And the Cobblers will tie it up at 7. Prudick, just a sophomore, just starting to scratch the surface of what she's going to be able to do. Landry will come out, as does Harbison. And that brings Shreve and Hannah Lapp back into the Cobbler lineup. Lapp to serve it. Goes far corner. Leighton Shear handles it. Middle set. And the hammer and kill by Riley Gilton. Gets the ball back to St. Thomas More with the point. They go up 8-7. And Gilton will go back to serve, the 5'8" senior. Up top to Lapp, to Shreve. That was too far, but it's played by the Cavaliers. They'll get it to Sains in the back row. Lapp sets it up, and the kill attempt again by Prudick, handled by the back row. That was Maya Eggleston on the save. Tap it over. Sains will go up top to Lapp. She'll set it. Strasser finds the hole in the St. Thomas More donut, and we are tied at 8 apiece. Prudick will serve it up for Rapid City Central. Stevens up early in their second set, 5-0 over Belle Fourche. Douglas up by 2 over the Wildcats of Custer, 19-17. Free ball over. Lapp bumps. Prudick bumps. The tip by Rickert at the net. Keep it alive. Cobblers will play it off the back row. Lapp will set it up to Rickert. A little deep on the set, but Rickert got the ball inbounds. I'm not sure what the discussion is. But St. Thomas More players immediately started calling for it. And it'll be point Rapid City Central. Having not done volleyball a whole lot, some of these technicalities that I would know in football and basketball, still learning the finer points, as Coach Michaela Watson now wants an explanation as to why the call went against them. Now the officials will have a further discussion, and Coach Reese New asked one of her captains, Aurora Prudick, to go over and get in on the conversation, since it may go against Rapid City Central. The officials making a motion like the net had been disturbed away from the ball. Rapid City Stevens on court 3 leading 9-0. Kadoka has doubled up the Rangers 20-10, now 20-11. And on court 1, the Patriots of Douglas leading Custer 21-18. So just looking at the remainder of the schedule, Brookings down lead Deadwood. So they end undefeated on the day. Dakota Valley ended up undefeated on the day. Rapid City Christian playing a shorter schedule. Dickinson was supposed to be here. They didn't make it. They were part of that white pool, but Rapid City Christian won both of their matches, so they are undefeated. So we'll see how the seedings come out. The dump over the net by Alexa Shear, and it's donut day here in this match. A lot of holes in the defense right in the middle of the floor. And the Cavaliers will tie it up at 9 apiece and send Anna Henry, their outstanding setter, back to serve. And that'll be an ace. Shreve stepped out of the way. Prudick didn't step up. Sains stepped out of the way. Miscommunication by the Cobblers give the point to the Cavaliers. They go up 10-9. Served by Henry. That is a dead knuckleball. Prudick goes down on the floor. Her hit goes over the net and out of bounds. Ace for Anna Henry. Hard to get that knuckleball, I would think, serving overhand, but I see a lot of them here. Another knuckler, Sains, up top to Lapp. She'll push it over. Played by Henry on the back court. Cobblers keep it alive. Free ball over by Lapp. Bump up the set, the hit, and that is a kill for Alexis Shear off the excellent set from Anna Henry. And the Cavaliers on a run. They lead at 12-9. 4 straight points for St. Thomas More. Timeout on the court. We're back with more Cavalier Cobbler Volleyball on liveticket.tv.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
12-9, St. Thomas More on a 4-point run behind the serving of Anna Henry in the second set here. Sains, Lapp, Prudick from the back row. The bump by Gilton, the push by Grimshaw. Lapp will set it. Left side, Rickert, and Rickert gets the kill. Riley Gilton standing a few feet inside the line. Played that one up around the numbers. Maybe could have let it go, maybe would have gone out of bounds, but maybes don't count, and it's a 12-10 lead now for St. Thomas More. Sains serves for the Cobblers at the net. Sharts wins the joust, tips it over. Alexis Shear just not quite enough on the little tap that she had, and the Cavaliers lead now 12-11 as the Cobblers try to put together a run of their own. Sains on the serve. Henry with the back set. Lapp not able to handle the hit from Benda. She just kind of looks off to the sky knowing that she just totally misplayed it. Puts Cavaliers up by 2, 13-11. As Benda, who just had that kill, steps back for the serve. The right-hander sends it over the net. Prudick up top to Lapp. Sharts with the tap. Got it over with the left hand. Sharts continues to shine on offense. And the Cobblers back to within 1 at 13-12. Landry and Harbison rotate back in as Lapp and Shreve sit down. Then it'll be Harbison on the serve for Rapid City Central. Puts it into the net. So Harbison put together a good run from the service line earlier in this match. Gives it back to St. Thomas More on the service error, and the Cavalier lead spans to 2, 14-12. The senior Alexis Shear, the serve for St. Thomas More, runs up, sends a low one, handled by the Cobblers. Right side, Landry got the kill. So Leah Landry starting to heat up a little bit on the offensive side as Rickert will step back to serve. The Cobblers trail by 1, 14-13. Rickert's been very effective on the serve. All matches so far today. And Shear, that is out of bounds. Leighton Shear. A little too much of the outside part of the fist on it. We are tied at 14 apiece. Served by Rickert to Benda. Set by the set was by Anna Henry. The hit by Leighton Shear. And there was a violation, a little too much net action, I think. And Rickert Well, they didn't change the score, 14-14 still. So apparently they weren't ready for the serve. Harvison fills the donut hole that time. Sains, right side. Prudick had her kill attempt blocked at the net. Keeps it alive. Big block by Schartz, but she can't get it in bounds, and the kill by Riley Gilton. So Schartz was there, but the ball falls for the Cavaliers. They take the 1-point lead at 15-14. Maya Eggleston back to the service line for St. Thomas More, trying to put that magic together again. Sains bumps it up to Harbison. He goes left side to Prudick, and Prudick, ball still bouncing around, and the Cavaliers, as the Cobblers started to huddle up and celebrate, the Cavaliers were still playing it. Almost nailed a couple of the Cobblers as they ran it through. Kea Strasser will check in for Rapid City Central. Sains will sit down. The serve by Schartz. Left side kill attempt is blocked. That is Strasser and Landry at the net, denying the kill and going up by one now, 16-15. As Kayla Schartz will step back to the service line. Last time there she had a service error. This time she gets it inbounds. The push over by Shear. Schartz a little too hard over the net, and Prudick not able to make a play on it. Out of bounds it goes, tied at 16. Sains will come back in. Schartz will sit down. As Prudick went over, just a sophomore, but a captain already. Had a few words with Bailey Beard Tripp, who returns the serve one time over. The set, now the push, and that is going to be out of bounds. Too hard. Riley Gilton with the push shot goes all the way past the back line, and the Cobblers lead it by one, 17-16. Over on court three, the Raiders up 18-7, trying to sweep Belle Fourche. Raiders dropped one match today, and that was to a very strong Dakota Valley Panther team. They have three hitters on there that, if you're not ready, they're going to knock your socks off. Lapp back in the Cobbler lineup on the serve. We'll set it up left side, and Lapp can't, or check that, Bailey Beard Tripp cannot make the save on the kill. That is Kesley Benda with the big arm. That'll knot the score at 17. Riley Gilton on the serve. Beard Tripp to Harbison. Knocked over by Prudick, and out of bounds it goes. Prudick just trying to get the ball over the net. Misplayed by the Cavaliers. Basically an unforced error. Gives the Cobblers the lead at 18-17. And looking to rotate Rickert back in. She will join Harbison and Strasser on the front line. And it will be Prudick on the serve for Rapid City Central. Sends it to the back line. Second hit, and Benda sends it into the net. Off the back row bump pass from their libero, Gretchen Henry. Cobblers up by two, 19-17. And here comes Prudick with the serve. Sends it back to Henry. Up front to the other Henry. And Benda too hard on the hit, so one into the net, one past the end line, and the Cobblers have hit 20. They lead it by three, 20-17. That'll bring a timeout from the Raiders. We're back with more Cobbler Volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset.
Springtime.
Tom Anderson back with you as we wrap up day one of the Rapid City Volleyball Invitational. Rapid City Central leading 20-17. The serve by Prudick, and that is an ace. Left it right at the feet of Gretchen Henry. There's still going to be one more match on this court. No, never mind. Because there's the official on court 2 gets bopped in the head as an errant ball comes flying from court 3, the Belfouche-Stevens match. Raiders trying to sweep there. They lead that 22-9. Custer and Douglas moved over to the adjacent court, so we will be wrapping things up here. Prudick to Harbison. Rickert goes deep and too deep. Out of bounds it goes. Cobblers turn it back to the Cavaliers on the side out. 21-18. Cobblers with the 3-point lead. I think all of the last games matches are being played right now. Kadoka and Hill City on court 4. Kadoka won the first set. Hill City came in the tournament undefeated. They fell to Brookings, trying to pick up second win rather than a second loss here. Now we have a discussion about the rotation. And this is the first time all day long we've had this discussion about rotation. In the Cobbler-Raider match, I think we spent about a half an hour, it seemed like, talking about rotation. Harbison with a quick push over, played by Henry. The tap over, finds the hole, Alexis Shear. Cobblers need to shore up that backline defense, leaving that gap between the front and back line right around that 10-foot line. And St. Thomas More continues to find a Prudick to Harbison. Left side, Rickert winds up, blocked at the net. Harbison, Prudick with the free ball over. Played by Gilton from the back line. Set up, and the block not effective by Strasser on the kill by Alexis Shear. And the Cavaliers are drawn to within 1, 21-20. Henry on the serve. Harbison over to Rickert, goes deep. Saved by Gilton. Play it back. Free ball knocked over, almost found the donut hole. Rickert taps it over. Cavaliers will play it to Lapp. Harbison, Rickert, saved by Gilton and Henry. Free ball knocked into the net as Benda had the ball behind her, tried to wrap it back around. And Benda, for the second time in this set, has knocked one into the net. Schartz will come back in. Strasser sits down, so there's a front line for the Cobblers of Harbison, Rickert, and Schartz. The serve ends up in a free ball. Sains sets it up to Harbison, to Schartz, who nails it back row. And Gretchen Henry probably did the smart thing. She ducked. That ball came flying over her head. Hoped it went out of bounds. 23-20. Cobbler lead back to 3. Sains with the serve. Benda, there's a ball on the court. Officials didn't see it. Signaled ready for play. And the Cavaliers are going to take a timeout, trailing 23-20. Back with the conclusion of set number 2 on liveticket.tv.
It's time to buy an SUV from Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Choose from late model local trades: Fords, GMCs, Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, Subarus, Chevys, and more. Plus, we have the area's best selection of pre-owned Honda and Honda certified pre-owned trucks and SUVs. To make it easier on your bank account, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. The used sport utilities you want are here at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com.
Tom Anderson back. Raiders swept their match 25-11. Second set win for Raiders. Here the Cobblers trying to get the sweep. Ball stays alive, but there's a lift called, and the Cobblers now at set and match point with Sains on the delivery. Kadoka leading Hill City 12-9 on the other court. Sains handled in the front row. Popped up, free ball over. Prudick to Harbison, to Schartz. couldn't put it away into the net, and the Cavaliers live for another point. They deny the set and match point to the Cobblers. 24-21, Cavaliers trail. Kesley Benda back on the service line. Sends it to Prudick, and that's going to be left short. So Prudick didn't get much elevation on it. Rickert tried to come around to save it. Schartz didn't see it. 24-22. Things stay tight. The Cobblers won the first set here, 25-23. The delivery, Sains picks it up. Harbison goes to Rickert, goes deep. Benda saves it up to Henry, and the deep hit is out. That is set point, match point, 25-22. Rapid City Central stays undefeated. They did not lose a set here this afternoon. St. Thomas More drops to 1-2 on the day. We'll have to check the brackets when all is said and done. On court one, Patriots and Wildcats are tied up 12 apiece. Patriots won the first set, and Kadoka and Hill City still playing. But that's going to wrap it up for our coverage here on GoCobblersLive.com. We'll be with you tomorrow to cover the Cobblers. And it sounds like I might also be covering the Raiders, because I just heard Jared say he's going to be in Brookings for a football game. So let the voice rest a little bit tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow for day 2 of the Rapid City Volleyball Invitational. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching Cobbler Volleyball on GoCobblersLive.com, part of the LiveTicket.tv network.